Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. How we doing? Let me know you can hear me if you can hear me. Let me know you can see me if you see me. Hey, CJ. Hey, shout out to you, CJ. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Hey, Coco. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you all are here. Glad you all made it. Shout out to you, Tamika. I'll wait. I'll give you, a couple minutes. Let people trickle in. Not gonna punish the people who are on time. How y'all doing? How is the week? It's Thursday. One more day until you have the weekend to celebrate and do this little beautiful fast that we have going on. All right, I'm gonna give it about 30 more seconds and then we will begin today's lesson. Well, a lesson session. I hear, my bad here. It's all good, all good, all good. Typos, man. Anytime we're like typing in phones, we be excited, texting and all that stuff, and then we'll send a message without double checking. Then we'll go back and look and be like, oh man, what is this? Like, what did I say? I did not mean that. Hey, Paris, where we at? Where we at in the world? We got Paris and France. What? I've never been out there. I need to come out there, give me some French experience. Give me some French experience. I'm out here in Texas, good old Texas. But have some fun though. Florida. Shout out Florida. We got Georgia. Okay, Tampa. Nice. Florida's a nice little place. Oh, we got Florida everywhere. Orlando, Tampa. Okay, East Coast South. Florida's like East Coast South, right? East Coast South. South East Coast. Shout out to everyone on in Chicago, Illinois. Nigeria, Cali. Hey, they not like us. They not like us. Hey, Emmeline, how we doing out there? All right, now, all right. We are going to begin, and everyone who doesn't show up on time, it's all good. You can catch the replay. But yeah, we'll get it started. Shout out to everyone out there in y'all respective parts of the world, parts of the country, parts of the planet, parts of the universe, and all that stuff. But today is going to be the most important day of your life. Today is the most important day of your life because we are currently doing a challenge. I'm not sure if you all knew about that. We have a nice little challenge that's going on. And this is called the R72 weight loss challenge. And when you're doing this challenge, when we do this challenge, we make sure that we're properly preparing you for everything that you need to execute this challenge successfully. And I'm not sure if everyone in here has done a challenge before, but when you're doing this type of challenge, something like the R72, this is going to be something that is going to be life changing, and the reason why it's life changing is because we have different elements and different things that we're going through that makes us feel a particular way, whether it's we have heartburn, we have diabetes or different type of illnesses. But when you're able to do a fast, something like the R72, then you are going to be set up for success and you will be successful. And I want you all to also understand that this is something that I implore you to take serious. And it's something that is actually non-negotiable, you know. because today isn't just like any other day. This is something that I would like to say it's sort of like a life or death type of situation, especially when it comes to your health. This is about your happiness. This is about happiness or misery. These are about the choices that you're making when it comes to either you're going to be active or are you going to sit on the sidelines and watch things happen. Every day that you wait to make a change or every day that you wait to do anything, you lose the time that you never get back. And I know we live in a world of capitalistic society and all these different things, but you have to understand that time is our greatest asset. It's our greatest asset. We have a limited amount of time. You can get clothes, money, and food, and all these other things you can get duplicates of, but you can never get time back. And time matters the most to us because it's the perfect time to take advantage of each passing moment. And today it matters the most because this is your chance to make immediate decisions, a decision right now that could alter the course of your health and your life. And I know a lot of you, depending on your experience, you've probably been thinking about it like, man, should I do this? I've never done this challenge. I don't really have a good understanding of what a fast is or what an R72 is and what does this mean? This is your opportunity to take advantage of that. You've thought about losing weight, you dreamed about losing weight. And maybe even before today, things didn't start clicking. But now I'm urging you to commit to that type of lifestyle change. That lifestyle change that's going to help you get to that next edge and to get to that next step in life. This is the purpose of these type of challenges. Now, the R72 is exclusively created to benefit you all who are trying to get those results. And the R72, this is created exclusively by Healthy Alternative. We have people who put time into the research and the studying and understanding how the body is going to react and do all these things. There's so much that goes into the R72. Now you probably are thinking like, oh, animated male, what is an R72? Well, hey, I'm gonna tell you. An R72 is when you're fasting you're doing a water fast for 3 days. Then you go into one day where you're getting your body back recharged, and you're getting right back at it. You're getting right back to it, man. So definitely take advantage of all of these things that is going to come your way when it comes to this challenge. And you have we have so many different coaches here. Of course, you all know Chris and Steven and Shell and Jazz and me, animated male. Ha ha ha. But we also have we got our boy Johnny Jupiter, who's going to be a part of this challenge as well. And we all specialize in so many different things that's going to help you understand, the proper ways to go along on your journey. So if you've never done a fast and you're like, man, I want to sign up for this, but I don't really know how to do a fast. Here is a quick little link to the R72 challenge, and it briefly goes over some of these things. And doing a fast is extremely beneficial. Extremely beneficial. Let me let me tell you some of the things that you're going to learn and some of the things that you're going to get when you're doing this type of challenge. You're going to learn how to properly prepare your food. You're going to learn how to eat, what things that you should eat on the days that you shouldn't, or on the days that you should be eating. You're going to get a proper understanding of your gut health. You're going to understand how your emotions it's in tune with the way that you eat. You're also going to learn how to transition from your current meal, how your current lifestyle is, and going into a more healthier eating routine. You're going to learn the type of foods that you should be looking out for when you're going grocery shopping, and also how to preserve food. And of course, you're going to learn how to refeed and introduce good foods back into your system. You get so much throughout this. And one of the beautiful things about a healthy alternative is you have people who have studied this. You have people who have studied this for years, who studied this for years, and also who has personal experience with doing the fast. And throughout this entire process, you always have someone who's helping you. While we don't like to necessarily baby you and hold your hand through the process, you always will have someone who can reach out to you, or that you can reach out to if you're looking for help, if you need any assistance, if you need clarification on absolutely anything. And when you're doing this challenge, there's two things. There's five things that we need to focus on. And this is what I'm going to mainly talk about today, is some of the things that we're going to go through, and some of the mental states that we get in when we're fasting or when we're looking to accept a challenge. Now, before I start talking about anything, I believe that, anything that you say, anything that you believe, anything you think, these things come into existence. So, first off, affirmations is something that I highly believe in. It's something that we do daily, even if it's something that we don't consciously do. We need to start speaking positive to ourselves. So throughout this entire this session today, I'm going to start each talking point with an affirmation. And so with those affirmations, I want you to either type it in the chat or just say them out loud. If you're in public, you can, hey, say it out loud anyway. If you're in public, if you're on the train right now, whatever happening, just say these affirmations out loud. Okay. Um. Okay. I am courageous. I am courageous. When it comes to our health journey, we need to understand that we are courageous. We also have to understand and face the hard truths of thinking about the decisions and the choices that we made that led us to this particular point in life. We need to face that hard truth and understand that, hey, we need to be courageous in the face of something that's so difficult or something that could be challenging. Think about the choices that you're currently making in your life. The choices that you make in your life, are they leading you to a future that's going to have you thriving? Is it a thriving future, or is it a future when you're suffering? Think about that. Are you going to be thriving by the the decisions that you make, or are you going to be suffering? And obviously, we want to be thriving. We want to be enjoying the fruits of our labor, and we don't want to deal with the pains that comes with some of the decisions that we made. And if you can face some of those decisions and just analyze some of the decisions that you made, think about how it's going to set you up positively for the future. So if you're currently doing this challenge because you want to live longer and you want to be healthier, you want to be free of pain, then yes, think about those choices that you make when you go to the grocery store. Think about those choices that you make in the holiday season. It's what, Memorial Day weekend now. And so maybe there's barbecues happening. There's cookouts that's going to be occurring. And so when you know that you have this challenge happening, or when you're trying to better yourself, when you're doing these things, you obviously are going to know that I should not be eating fast food, processed foods, anything that has ingredients in it that I can't pronounce, because temptation is going to be around you. But if those decisions that you made in the past aren't going to benefit you in the future, it's not going to enable you to thrive in the future, then you shouldn't be doing it. you know so think about that, think about those decisions and analyze it. Okay. And I also understand that a lot of times that when it comes to our health and when it comes to things that we want to do, or if it's uncharted territory, it may be a little bit like unfamiliar, or we may be like, man, I have to wait to the perfect moment. I have to wait until this report gets done. I have to wait until there's always something that we come up with that that we're trying to wait until the perfect moment to do something. We always try to wait until there's a perfect moment to do something, but there is never a perfect time to do anything. You know, like you'll never be prepared enough. You'll never be researched enough. You'll never have enough to make you feel as if, all right, I'm good to go. The first thing that you have to do is just go. You just have to do it. You have to do it. You know, and I'm someone who follows signs and like, man, maybe I just need a sign. Maybe you talk to your higher power and you'd be like, man, just give me a sign that just give me a sign that I should take my health more serious. Just give me a sign that I should start cutting this out of my diet. Just give me a sign. Lord in heaven, please, somebody give me a sign that I need to do something different with my life. Well, hello. I go by the name of Animated Mel, and I am your sign. Let me be your sign. I'm your sign. Let me be your sign. So definitely take that next step. Take that extra run that's going to enable you to overcome anything that's causing you any type of hesitation. The moment is now. We're not worrying about yesterday. We're not worrying about what's going to happen in the future. We are focused on today. The only thing that we have control over is what? Today. We can't change anything that we did yesterday. Yes, maybe a few weeks, maybe a couple years ago, we ate cupcakes and all this processed foods and hot Doritos, hot Cheetos, hot nachos, and all this bad stuff that isn't good for us. We did all these things and we'd be like, man, I feel bad. I regret that. But guess what? You can't do anything about it. There's nothing you can do 10 days from now, a week from now. There's nothing you can do. There's things that you can assume that you want to do, but the only thing that you control is today. 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 There's so many times where I regret not doing something in the past. I was like, man, I wish I would have did that. Y'all ever have those moments like, man, I wish I would have talked to this person. Oh man, I wish I would have went to this event. Oh, I wish I would have did this. We always have those moments like, man, but you can never get that back. That particular time, that moment in time, you can never get back. So use me as that sign that says, hey, I need to sign up. I need to check out what this fast is talking about. And the beautiful thing about this challenge as well is that you get to see real testimonials, like real testimonials. And I've always been skeptical. Like when I was, coming up, I've always been skeptical, about things and about people. Like, man, these testimonials, these can't be real. There's no way that everyone's saying all these good things. But once you get involved and you start talking to people, and you become a part of a community that wants to see people do better, it's just and then you start seeing people do better. It's just like, oh man, like these testimonials are real, man. These things are real. So yes, we have real people, real facts, real information, real testimonials that should inspire you to create some change. you know like I'm that type of person. Like if you go to a new restaurant, or if you're trying a new outfit on, or anything that's new that you're unfamiliar with, what will you do? You start looking at some of the reviews. You start looking at some of the comments that people are making about this particular product that you're looking at. And if it's like 5 stars, 4 stars and a half, you're probably looking like, okay, I'm gonna get it. you know and it's the same thing here. Look at the results. We've been doing this for years. I believe like 7 years now. We have a history of positive results. There's no one who's been with a healthy alternative, or who's associated with a healthy alternative in any way, who's been like, hey man, they didn't change my life. They didn't help me in some kind of way. Even if people aren't currently still with us, and maybe they have gone on and they've done their own great things in life. If they've been with us in the healthy alternative, they have done great things and they have seen the benefits that comes with utilizing the information that you get when it comes to fasting and knowing the right things to eat. So definitely take advantage, because today is the most important day of your life. Today, literally, at any point in time that you tell yourself today, this is literally the only time that you're able to make a decision. Okay, so utilize that knowledge and take advantage of it. Now, there is, you said, is there a link for the Root Brand Trinity pack? There should be a link that I just posted for I'll post it again. I don't want to feel like I'm spamming, but for the Root Brand Trinity pack, I don't have an exclusive link to that. You'd have to go to the Root website. I don't have that just on hand. But yeah, it should be on the Root website. But yeah, check that bad boy out. Now, the next thing that we're going to move on to, which I'm beginning with another affirmation. I am worthy. I am worthy. Say it with me. I am worthy. That's not even my ear. I am worthy. I said, yo, say it with me. That ain't even my ear. This is my ear. Say it with me. I am worthy. I am worthy. Imagine your best life. I want you to imagine your best life. But not only imagine your best life, I want you to realize that it's possible. Realize that it is possible to live in that imagination. It's just not in here. Things that you put in here will come out. I want you to picture what being healthier could look like for you. What does that look like for you? What does being healthier look like for you? Because it's not about just living a long life. It's about living better. You don't want to just live long and just like, oh man, I'm in pain, but hey, I'm living long. You don't want to be living a long, painful life. You want to be living a long, pain-free life, a long, enjoyous life, a loving life, happy life, abundant life, full of joy and resources and things of that nature, And we need to utilize some of the tools that we have, especially when it comes to your imagination. Think about it and visualize some of the things that you want to do when it comes to your life. Think about it. Do you want to have pain-free when you're walking up the steps? There's no pain in your joints. There's no sweating. There's no stress on your body just from getting up. Imagine your best life. Do that right now. Imagine your best life. What does that look like for you? Is it getting on an airplane and not having to think about, getting a seat extender if you're overweight? What does that look like for you? I also want you all to keep in mind that, hey, summer is just around the corner. Summer is just around the corner. And this is our checkpoint right now. It's funny because we are literally at the checkpoint of this year of 2024, and time is moving. How many of you all have stuck to your what was that? Your New Year resolution? Hey, how many of you all have stuck to your New Year's resolution? This is the checkpoint. This is the checkpoint. This is the checkpoint. And if your New Year's resolution has been a little faulty, this is your checkpoint. To get yourself currently ready for the summer, to get yourself ready for what's going to be happening in the future. And if that should be another boost of motivation, because people like to do barbecues and they go on trips and things of that nature. And so definitely make sure that you're motivated to get that body ready for the summer. But I also want you to think about what is the what is the verbiage that you're saying to yourself. Are you telling yourself like, man, I wish I could live this way. I wish I could feel better. I wish that I could lose this amount of pounds or this amount of weight in a particular point. But don't just wish. Because wishing for something, it will not make it happen. You can't just sit there and wish. It's good to, have that wishful thinking, but you need to act. You need to get out there and act. Living your best life and imagining your best life is a great thing, but you have to act on it and realize that it is possible. When you act on it, you need to understand that, hey, I'm going to struggle through this, and struggle is fine. Struggle is absolutely fine. Struggling is absolutely fine. Stay persistent. Go through these changes, and understand that when you're going through these changes, that your health is going to get better. There's going to be ebbs and flows. There's going to be ups and downs, but ultimately your health is going to get better. So imagine in your mind, what does that look like? And this is the reason why we do a lot of these health challenges, because these challenges are here to help you. These challenges are literally here to help you. It's literally here to help you get better, to see how great you can be and see what you can overcome. Let me take a brief moment just to check out some of these comments. What time is it there? You've been up waiting for this live. It's the 24th of May. Here it's the 23rd of May. And yeah, 23rd of May. But the challenge begins on the 26th of May. I'm not sure how that's going to equate to your time zone, but in America, at this particular time, yes, yeah, in America at this particular time, it'll be at 7 p.m. on the 26th, the actual challenge when that happens. But currently, yeah. And shout out to you, Emmeline. You follow through. I love to hear it, man. So definitely get that swimsuit body ready. Get that body ready. Take them clothes off and get comfortable. Go swimming if you can swim, because I can't swim. Somebody, y'all got to teach me how to swim. Teach me how to swim. Teach me how to swim, man. I'm trying to get out there and swim. But yes, realize that everything that you want to do is possible. Believe in the power of imagining. Like literally, when you're literally make a conscious effort to imagine what a healthier life looks like for you. When it comes to the things that you eat, the food choices that you make, the people that you keep around in your circle. Think about what your best life is going to look like. And it's not just about the food. It's about everything about your life. Absolutely everything about your life. When you are healthier, when you get healthier, there's so many things that open up for you that you couldn't even realize prior. So imagine that, like when you're dreaming or when you're going to sleep, think about that, because that's going to be some of the last things that you think about before you decide to, go to sleep. And then you wake up in the morning and you'll wake up with that same vigor, that same drive to think about and imagine what it is. You become what you think. You become the things that you see, that you're consistently around, and the thoughts that are in your mind, the things that you say. You become these things. We are these things. We are literally the things that we experience, the things that we ingest, the things that we put in our body. We literally become everything that we're thinking, seeing, touching, feeling. We become it in some way. So actively be hard on yourself when it comes to, not hard in a bad way. It's like, oh, you are a bad person, but be hard as if like, yeah, I'm taking this serious, and like take these little small steps, because like these little things, they may seem like, I don't really need to think about it. I don't need to think about it. I already know what I'm going to do. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. These little small things, they build. They build. You have to think, if you leave a faucet on in a cup with a cup under it and it's just dripping water, it's eventually going to fill up, regardless of how slow it comes, regardless of how that drop of water gets there. It's going to come. You have to stay consistent with it. Go through that struggle. Make sure you persist. and make sure that you commit to real change. And that brings me to our next topic, which is committing to real change. Affirmation, say it out loud to yourself. I embrace my new self. I embrace my new self. Embrace your new self. Embrace your new self. Do that. There may be some type of thoughts of thinking that you can or that you can't do something, but embrace your new self. Embrace that. Embrace what you are going to become, not what you want to become, what you're going to become. You are going to become this person who lives a healthier life. You are going to become this person who is committed to living a life that's going to influence the people that's in my circle in a positive way. Small steps is where it starts. Small steps. You don't have to do anything grand, anything crazy that's outside of the norm, but do these small steps, because real change comes from a radical commitment. It comes from a radical commitment. So stay committed. Change comes from the commitment. Now, this challenge, this isn't something that you should go into half-hearted. This isn't anything that's going to be like, oh man, I'm just going to do this and I'm going to go back. No, stay committed to the process. And in order to embrace your new self, we need to stay committed to some of those changes. And what do those changes look like? We need to build better habits. Build better habits. And when you build better habits, this is when you start to embrace who you become. You know, like, you have to think about it. We're the same being, but we're so different. Anyone who's in here who has lost weight, maybe over 100 pounds, you are a new person. That is your new self. Anyone who has lost any type of weight, gotten rid of any type of disease or any type of illness, you are a completely new person. A completely new person. You are you. Don't get it twisted. You are who you are. But there is a completely new you. A completely new you. From the way that you think, the way that you smile, your energy. When you walk in a room, you probably command someone's attention. And just even think about it. Like, when people lose, they lose like maybe 100 pounds or in a higher number of weight. People see you, they don't even recognize you. They don't even recognize who you are. Why? Because you aren't that person anymore. They physically see a completely new person because you are a new person. This is what you are. So embrace who you are and what you are going to become. Embrace that wholeheartedly. And when you form these new habits, you know, you have to understand that it's going to take time. Things have to happen. It's not going to happen overnight. These are things that's going to take time. So throughout the duration of this challenge, it's often it's good to establish and solidify new healthy habits so you can get rid of those old patterns that help, that got you to this particular point. And so think about some of the habits that you're currently doing right now that aren't benefiting your goal. With anything that you do, with any type of health habit that you get into, if it's not benefiting you or putting you in a better position to succeed, hey, you need to adjust. Adjust and do those new habits. And repeating them is consistent is a key that is necessary for it, because habits form out of doing these particular patterns. Do something, like, instead of shopping on the inside when you're going shopping, instead of shopping on the inside, how about just shopping on the outside, you know where you get the fresh produce, you get the food that isn't necessarily all processed and things of that nature. Embrace your new self, and think about that. Okay, I want you to actively think about that. Think about those things that has always held you back. I want you to think about that, because in our challenge, we're going to confront those bad boys. We are going to confront all of those hurdles and all of these things that have held you back. Think, is it people in your life? Is it an addiction? Is it your emotions? What are these things that are holding you back? Think about the things that are holding you back in life and that's preventing you. And what you need to do is attack those bad boys head on. figuratively, not physically. Don't hurt nobody. Keep your hands to yourself. But just make sure that if there's any type of issue that comes your way, that you're not cowering from it, that you are bigger than whatever this obstacle is that's coming your way, and it's making you feel as if you can't do something. Because the new you, the new you is capable of accomplishing the things that you want to do. The new you has that courage, that strength to persevere and persist over these things that are holding us back. That's the new you. That's the new you. We're not focused on the old you. The old you already did its thing. They had its time. We're not worried about the old you. We're going to focus on who you are now and everything that you're going to become moving forward. Okay. So embrace who you are, embrace your new self. Okay. And make sure that you're thinking about these things actively and how you can pursue yourself and do these things better, because you get so, man, like, I've understood that sometimes we get in our own way when it comes to the success that we want to see in our lives. Sometimes we get in our own way because of the negative habits that we currently have. We all, I I know that we all probably have had negative self-talk. How many times have you told yourself that you can't do something before you even try to do something? How many times have you thought, like, oh man, you talked yourself out of doing something when your first reaction was like, you know what, I want to do this. But then you started overthinking. Like, oh man, I don't think I'm ready for this. But you ready. You ready. You ready. You SpongeBob ready. Because I'm ready. SpongeBob always ready. Y'all are SpongeBob ready. So embrace that new self of who you are and who you're going to become. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, whew, this is something that we all do. This is our excuses, which moves me into our next affirmation of the day, which is I am strong and capable. I am strong and capable. Somebody say it out loud for me. I am strong and capable. you know, Strip away your excuses. Get rid of your excuses. What excuse are you going to come up with that's going to prevent you from living your best life? What excuse are you going to come up with that's going to prevent you from getting rid of this illness or this sickness that's currently haunting you? Stop these excuses. Enough. It's so easy. It's so simple to say, I don't have time. I don't have time to do this. Man, you know what? This is too hard. It's so simple to just say, I don't have time and this is so hard. But guess what? When you come up with these excuses, you are literally trapping yourself. You're trapping yourself in this state of mind. You're trapping yourself in this particular scenario. Like, why are you going to make excuses for the things that are holding you back in life? Why? Why allow those excuses to win? Like, and here's the thing. I'm not saying that the thoughts don't occur, because there's so many things that, oh man, like when I want to work out or go to the gym, I have to get up and I have to get up early in the morning. And I don't necessarily like working out all the time, but I have goals. I have places that I want my body to be, you know. So I embrace my new self and say, you know what? I am strong. I am capable. And regardless of how sleepy I am, how tired I am, how rainy it is outside, however much traffic is out there, I am not going to allow these little things to prevent me from reaching that goal. It's not. It's not going to happen. And I know, parents, people who have little children or who have raised children at any point in time. And I know this just from being a kid or child and being raised by my mom. Anytime it was like holiday season or maybe like, Christmas season and all these things, she would go like, you write out your Christmas list and all this stuff. And my mom, she would go hard, just to get us these things to make sure that, you know, that we're able to, have a good Christmas and, be able to smile, which is a beautiful thing to be able to see your child smile. But she goes hard on those things. So we need to go hard for ourselves when it comes to, saying, I don't have time, make an excuse to get something. And like, if you really care and you really have that drive of doing something that you want to do, you'll get rid of those excuses. My mom didn't come up with excuses when it came to, getting us things. She let us know, like, hey, you getting a few things off this list, bruh. So you better pick your favorite. I was like, all right, I'm gonna pick my favorite. But she went hard and she let us know what it was, but she didn't give us those excuses. Now, when it comes to maybe Jordans, or things that you like, or things that people continuously buy, whether it's Jordans or shoes or clothing, and all these different things, there's no excuse when it comes to buying these things that literally don't really mean anything in the greater concept of life. We literally do these, we come up with all these crazy excuses, like, you know what, I'm gonna buy this $300 pair of cloth. I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna do all these things, we do all this stuff, and we don't make excuses not to buy it. We just say, man, I gotta get this, I can't resist this. But when it comes to our health, we come up with these excuses like, nah, man, I won't, I don't have time. Like, come on, man, we gotta do better than that. We gotta do better than that. And realize that what you're doing is a challenge. What you're doing is going to be a challenge. That's why it's called a challenge. It is going to be a challenge. It's not going to be an easy. It's not going to be a cakewalk, because we're not actually, we're getting rid of cake. It's a non-cakewalk, if anything, But we are in this challenge for a reason. You are testing yourself. We're not fighting or battling against other people who are participating in this challenge. No, we are challenging ourselves so we can become better. And the beautiful thing is that we have a community here. Like, a healthy alternative is probably one of the greatest communities when it comes to the people that we're engaged with, when it comes to the people who are wanting to do better for themselves overall. And there's so much that you can do, and there's so much that you're capable of. You just have to believe it and put forth that effort that will allow it to be shown. Challenge yourself. Welcome people that you're not familiar with. When you're part of our community, and I know there's different platforms currently here, so I'll drop the link to our community, and make sure you join our communities as AHA communities. And even outside of the challenge, you'll be able to get some of the benefits that comes with just talking with people who are in the group. Having access to people who do this for a living. So that feeling of, of like, man, I'm not gonna, I'm not going to be able to communicate it well. Hey, join our community. There's so many different platforms. We're on Facebook, obviously YouTube, and but our Facebook group obviously is not something that we have prominent control over. Yes, but there's only so much that we're limited to. So joining the AHA communities is a beautiful place to be, because you get the information direct. You don't have to worry about spam or any type of you know things that just doesn't have to do with you living a better life and becoming the best version of yourself. So going to the communities group is the best way to answer any type of question that you may have, or be around people who are like-minded consistently, and not have to worry about spams or people trying to get over on you or any type. So, but definitely, our challenges, they are going to push you, though. These challenges are meant to test you. They are meant to test you. And there will be a sense of being uncomfortable. There will be a sense of being uncomfortable, which is perfectly fine, because, excuse me, because you're supposed to be uncomfortable. You're supposed to be in a position where, like, man, you start to have those thoughts like, man, I don't know if I can do this. When you get those thoughts, oh, when you're in this challenge and then you're getting those thoughts, oh man, that's the perfect thing, because that's how you know that you're working towards becoming better, is when that doubt starts to creep in. And when that doubt starts to creep in, when you feel that doubt, when you witness it, that emotion, you have to have awareness about it and be conscious of that thought. When that thought starts to creep in of thinking like, oh man, I don't know if I can do it, that's your perfect time to attack it head on. Embrace that fear, embrace that uncomfortableness, embrace that struggle. It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing to experience that struggle. And guess what's even better after experiencing that struggle? Guess what's even better? Overcoming that struggle. What? Come on. There is nothing better than overcoming something that you previously thought you could not do. There is no better feeling in the world than overcoming that. Well, maybe drinking water on a cold day, hot day, or But I'm just saying, like that. It's such an amazing feeling of being over to overcome, being able to overcome any obstacle that comes your way, and then seeing how you become afterwards. Oh man, like all those things that you thought were like, oh, this stuff is, I don't know if I can do this. These things become so minute. They become so small that you start to believe, like, I can't believe I was afraid of this. I can't believe I had this fear in me about this particular thing. you know? So embrace it, overcome it, and watch what happens once you overcome it. It's man, it's going to be a beautiful thing, and you're going to see how much growth you get. You're going to see how much growth you experience. You're going to actively just experience a completely new version of who you are. Now, the next point I want to talk about is I am a priority. That's our affirmation for the next thing we're talking about. I am a priority. Say it out loud. Someone out there, say it out loud right now. Say it to yourself. Say it in the chat. I am a priority. And why? Why are you telling me to say I am a priority, Animated Mel? I'm telling you to say this because you are. You are a priority. You really are a priority. Like, you're not alone in this at all. I can't stress enough how amazing that our group is. I can't stress that enough. And another great thing about being in this group is that you have coaches here. You have 6 coaches who are here for you actively. 7 coaches. Is it 6 or 7? Me, Chris, John, Steven, John. 7. It's about 7 of us. We out here, officially, I think. 6 or 7. Hey, we out here. Hey, we in the numbers, man. We out here. That's all I'm saying. We out here. And we prioritize the things that you want. We prioritize the things that you need in order to have a successful fasting journey. We prioritize these things. We do not make you feel as if that you can't reach out or that you're bothering us. Hey, guess what? I want you to do. If you think you're bothering us, okay, bother us. It's okay. I mean, relax. Don't get out of hand now. But I'm just saying, don't feel like we ain't got your back, because we got your back. And like there's never, it's like a family. Like I don't want anyone to ever be in a position of feeling as if there's not people there who care about you, or who there's not people who don't understand your struggle, who don't understand what you may be going through mentally and physically and all of these things, because we have a community of people who focus on the positive things. Of course, there's negative emotions that happen. That's just a part of life. But together we are stronger. Together we are so much stronger. We become something that's unbeatable, something that's unstoppable. We become unity, baby. We become the true essence of what it is to be unified in a common goal. Like, just think about if this world, the society that we live in, this entire world, if we all had one common goal and we're trying to accomplish it. When we work together, you get so much more done fast. And you also have to understand that when I say that you are a priority, I want you to believe that you are a priority. And when I'm mentioning priority, it's also not just saying that the coaches got your back. it's also telling yourself that you are a priority to yourself. You are a priority. Prioritize your health. Be selfish with your health. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, you know what? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this today because I'm going to focus on my health. You are a priority in any situation that you are in. Don't put others before you thinking that it's wrong to put yourself first. It's not. It's not. If you were at the DMV right now, if you were in the DMV right now and there was a long line, you just sitting at the DMV and it's just a long line there, would you feel as if you're a priority? No. It's just like no, no. There's people here that are, I have to wait. But there's an express lane right here that says with your name on it, it says, hey, I am going to I am going to sign up first regardless of who's in here. I am going to sign up first because you don't want to be waiting at a DMV and allowing someone else to get in front of you. You don't want to do that. You're not going to say, hey, I'm at the DMV. I know I've been waiting for 3 hours, but hey, everyone else, get in front of me because I know y'all been waiting. No, you're going to prioritize yourself. So when it comes to your health, you need to think about it like that. Think about prioritizing yourself. And when it comes to your health and the things that you want out of life, you are number one. You can prioritize your children and your coworkers and your siblings and your friends. You can prioritize them in any particular thing, but prioritize yourself and realize that you are number one. You deserve the best things in life. And that's why I encourage and I implore everyone out there that if y'all haven't taken this challenge, that y'all should definitely take it. Take this challenge because all of these illnesses that we're worried about, all of these worries that we think about can be gone. And like just think about it. There's so many benefits to doing a fast. There's so many benefits of doing a fast. Now, here's what I want you to keep in mind. This is what I want you to keep in mind. If a doctor or if a company, if they came out with a pill, a shot, or whatever it may be, if they came out with a pill, a shot, or any type of medicine that says, I'm going to get rid of disease, I'm going to get rid of all the diseases that you have, I'm going to get rid of inflammation in your body, I am going to get rid of aging, I am going to get rid of cancer, I'm going to prevent your diseases, I'm going to help you lose weight, I am going to lower your cholesterol. Would you take that pill? Would you take that pill? It probably would make sense to take that pill if it didn't give you the side effects of basically diseases and all this stuff. But let's say this pill didn't have any diseases or any type of side effects. That's what I meant, not diseases. Let's say this pill didn't have any type of side effects that came with it, because typically our medicine here, it has side effects because it's always chemically manipulated in some form or fashion. Would you take this pill? And if it didn't have any side effects, and I guarantee you will, because it's not giving you that pain and you don't have to worry about it. But guess what? Fasting is literally that pill. There's no there's no negatively positive side effects that comes with fasting. There's no negative side effects that comes with fasting. You know, anytime you're fasting, your body is being able to get to that point of resetting, being able to get to that point where it's trying to help you thrive in life. Because one of the things that we don't realize about our life, or not our life, but our bodies, is that our bodies, it's an amazing thing. It is consistently, no matter what we're doing, trying to make us feel better. It's trying to get us back to our best state at all phases in our lives. It is always trying to help us get better. Now, when you're, hold on, I see someone asking about the. I don't know about the Trinity Pack link, but I can get you to that root website here. Get there, check that bad boy out. I don't know the particular exact link for that Trinity pack, but there it is. Check out the root branch, check that bad boy out. But yeah, man, when you're fasting, your body's trying to get you back to where you are meant to be. Now, you have to think like I like to think about it like this. I like to make the analogy of think about your body as a car. And think about your car. You drive your car for 50,000 miles and you have put so many miles on it, so many wear and tear. You've done, you've been putting, your car says it needs an oil change, but you've been putting washer fluid in it. Okay. You need some new washer fluid in it, so you decide to put water in it. You're putting things in the car that doesn't match up with it. And so your car starts smoking and you're like, you know what? I need to take this to a mechanic and see what's going on. And now what the mechanic is going to do, the mechanic is going to flush things out. It's going to flush your engine where the oil is. It's going to take the oil out of the engine and free it of all that old stuff, and it's going to pump it up with some new engine oil in there, and now your car's not smoking. It's going to put the proper things in the proper compartments so it's able to run properly. You got the washer fluid going, you're able to drive with no, you got your power steering in there, you can turn with no problems, riding around and you're getting it, all this stuff. There's so many things that goes into maintaining your car, but you don't have to wait for the signals and the signs to go off, but this is what we do. And the benefits of fasting is that we're going to get back to our normal state of how we are meant to be. You should not be walking around with inflammation. You shouldn't have inflammation. You shouldn't have weak old food still in your body, still in your gut, because all that's going to do is build up and cause diseases and cause elements. And it's breaking down things that aren't meant to be broken down in your body. There's so many ingredients that are put in our foods that we're not even aware of. We don't even know what it does to us once it breaks down inside of our system. We don't even know. We just be like, you know what? It's on the market, so we're just going to get it anyway. No, these things are very harmful to us. In fasting, it gets rid of it. And it gets rid of all of these things, and it gets our body back to where it was meant to be. So keep these things in mind when you're fasting. And everyone's fasting experience is going to be different. Everyone's fasting experience is different, depending on your size, how much you weigh, and the different elements that that you have going on. Everyone's journey is different. It's always cool and it's ideal for us to compare, like, okay, this person's body kind of looks like mine, so let me go with this person's body and let me, and see how the results match up. Your body is different than theirs. You don't know the history of their body. You don't know how their genetics work out. Everyone is different. So everyone will see results that are going to be different. But when you're fasting, you will see results. You will see results. And I know a lot of people, they like to fast simply to lose weight. Simply to lose weight, but you get way more benefits than just losing weight. You get way more benefits than just losing weight. You get all those things that I just mentioned when it comes to that, that fasting pill that I talked about, which is actually just fasting. You get rid of diseases. Like if you have diabetes and heart disease and any type of cancer, fasting will get rid of it. It will restore this stuff. It will restore your cells back to how it was meant to be. You will get rid of all the puffiness that you see in your fingers, or that you see in your joints, and some of those aches and pains and some of those cracks and all of those things. You may start to get rid of these things. And one of the beautiful things about when you fast and you see the benefits of it is that your brain starts functioning on a higher level. Like you start this cloud, this sense of uncertainness, this, not having clear thoughts. These things go away when you're fasting. You get clarity. You get a sense of rejuvenation about life. You just approach it differently. Your conversations with people will change. The way that you interact with people completely changes once you fast. And like, you have to be preventative. Coaching is preventative. It's preventative. It gets rid of anything that may occur. So it is a beneficial thing that we need to take advantage of. A lot of times we like to seek outside help as far as like products and injections and different, pills and medicines and all this stuff. We like to seek things outside to put them in us. But getting healthy about isn't 100% about the things that go into us. It's about the things that we get out of us, because we have a past that put all this negative stuff in us. And then when we stop and give our bodies a chance to just, hey, let me take a little break right now. Let me just take a little break. You give your body a chance to take a little break, then it's enabling you to reset, to get rid of all of these little things. So definitely there are benefits to your fast. I remember when I was doing my fast. When I was doing my fast, my 5-day water, I did a 5-day water fast. I was like, man, this is a little bit challenging. Whew. And what did I say about challenging? Challenges are meant to be there. And I'm just like, man, and these same thoughts, man, I don't think I don't know, man. I don't know, man. You start, like, the funny thing is like when you're in pain, or you just feeling uncomfortable, all the things in the world starts coming into your mind and be like, you know what? This ain't for me. This ain't for me. Because those thoughts came to my mind as well. I was just like, you know what? Hey, man, this fast and stuff, this ain't for me, man. It ain't for me. But I was aware. Some of the information of previous people who have done a fast, and testimonials, and understanding that it's a natural thought to cower in front of things that's making you feel uncomfortable, because most people feel like they're going to die if they don't eat for that's like the rumor. People think they will die if they don't eat. Like, you will not die if you don't eat for 3 days. You won't die. So if your fear of, like, man, if I don't eat in 3 days, I'm gonna die, who told you that? Who told you that? And get their license revoked. You won't die if you don't eat in 3 days. Like, come on, let's just be real. I know that's like the thought, like, man, if I don't eat, I'm gonna die. No, you're not gonna die. Come on, man. So much life to be living. We living out here, and there's so many people who have fasted 30 days, 100 days, and there's even people who have water fasted for over a year. Salute to them. But I remember when I was doing my 5-day water fast. Oh my gosh! Afterwards, man, that I want you all to feel that. I want you all to understand what I mean by that. Like, there's like a sense of change of who you become. Like, your sense of the world, it just completely changes. Like, your appreciation for the things that you have done up until this point becomes intense. It becomes intensified. And the 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 cravings, you do get cravings when you're fasting. Like, these are things that are normal, but you also realize your relationship with food, it changes. Your relationship with food changes once you get this. And it will make you realize, like, man, I went 5 days without doing this. I wonder what else I could do. I wonder what else I can do. And like recently, even like a couple of months ago, I did a 3-day water fast. Just a 3-day, similar to what we're doing with the R72. Did that 3-day water fast, and I was able to see healing in my body in different areas. Like, okay, you know what? It's a beautiful thing. So take this challenge on. Take this challenge on. When I was younger, people wanted to lose weight by taking this stuff called, I believe it's called Slim Fast. I know my mom, she used to take this Slim Fast stuff. Like, they have all of these different products out there. Slim Fast, what's that? Weight Watchers, I don't know, and all these different type of things that they put out there, but they don't give you those results. They're products. They are meant to sell. Think about this. They are products. They are meant to sell. So obviously they are not going to create a product that is going to just be there one day, everyone uses it, and then we're good. No, that doesn't, like, from a business sense, just think about it. If something is in a bottle or in a pill or in a shot that's saying, hey, lose weight, there's always a catch. There's always a catch to it. If it's a product with ingredients and studies and it has all these things with the allure that is beneficial to you, got to do your research. Got to do your research. I'm telling you, these things do not work. What works is just not eating, committing to a diet that's going to change your life, committing to a lifestyle that's going to be beneficial to your for this day moving forward. So allow yourself to not be fooled by a lot of the propaganda that's out there. Don't be fooled by, pictures that people take on social media, that have all these filters and, that have all these, different shots that makes you feel as if like, man, I'll never look like this, because you will. You have to stay consistent with the things that you're doing. And I know there's like Ozempic is like the popular thing that's going around now. Oh my gosh. Mm-mm. I will never suggest or encourage anyone to take any shot or any type of anything that's going to take away from their body and break down their muscles and hurt their body. Man, no. Research your research. Anything that's out there, research that bad boy. And what I want you to also understand, that there's different type of discoveries that you will feel and that you will start to unravel and uncover about yourself in this challenge. And there's so many different things that your body is going to go through. There's so many different things that your body is going to go through. There's going to be emotional fluctuation. So much of it. It happens. We're humans. We're emotional creatures. Like, I want to get rid of this food and I want to get rid of, I don't want to get rid of this food. And I want, like, come on, man. We have to realize that all the decisions and all the choices that we made in our lives, sometimes these things aren't, they aren't under our control, because we grow up as children and then we see someone living a lifestyle and then we model ourselves by the people that are that are influential in our lives. It's just a common thing. It's natural for us to do that. But once you learn better or do better, well, once you learn more, then you start to do better. So once you learn better information, then you can start to do better. And I have old videos, I'm like, you can talk to some of my close friends, Chris and Steven, and they'll tell you that I'm the king of like video footage and stuff. And I have video footage 10 years ago, maybe 11, when we first moved here to Texas, where like I'm going grocery shopping and I'm recording me going grocery shopping. And I'm talking about this is healthy. I got turkey burgers on here with all this processed stuff. I got all this bread and all these chips and all these snacks. And 10 years ago, I thought this was living healthy. I thought that was living healthy. And now I was watching that video. I was just like, oh my God. I thought this was living healthy. Like, since I was like the vegetarian of the group and, of my friends who didn't eat beef or pork or anything like that, I was like, oh, I'm the healthiest person in the group. Meanwhile, I'm eating ingredients with words I can't pronounce and all these different things. Like, no, we have to learn more. And the beautiful thing about this challenge is that there is a wealth of information. There is a wealth of information that's provided to you. Not only do you get all of the content, on the day, which we start on the 26th, y'all. So if y'all haven't signed up already, I'll post the link one more again. Hold on. Boop, 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 boop. Post a link one more again for anyone who hasn't signed up out there, and check it out. Read the testimonials, read the information that pops up for you. But there is a wealth of information that conquers any type of doubt that you may have, that tackles any type of insecurity that you may have when it comes to your body. You may think that you're not capable of it or that you won't be able to do it, but yes, there's a wealth of information. There's a wealth of coaches. There's so much set up for you to succeed that it's impossible for you to fail. There's so much set up. So that's why I encourage you to to find those doubts within you and attack them head on. Conquer those demons that have been holding you back. And this is why this session today is called the most important day of your life, because today is the most important day of your life. Make that decision, make that choice to invest in your future, to invest in your life, to invest in the things that you want to do, that life that you want to live, that summer body, where the hotties at, summer's right around that corner. So let's get it popping and let's go headstrong. And yeah, man, I believe that's all I have for you all today. That's all I have for you beautiful people today. So I appreciate anything. If there's any questions, feel free to send them. If there's anything that you all are unsure about, feel free to reach out. But make sure you check out that challenge, and we will see you all on Sunday, 3 days from now, y'all. 3 days from now. So we will see you soon. And until then, you all take care. Have a beautiful day. And yeah, man, get y'all. Hey, also make sure y'all prepare some questions, because we'll have some, we'll be able to on the day of the challenge, we'll go through this entire process. And we have Steven, Jazz, and Shell, and me and Johnny. We'll all be here to answer any question that you may have. But I appreciate you, beautiful people. I love you all. Take care, and I mean that. And invest in your health, invest in your future. Healthy alternative, baby. We here. And I will see you all Sunday. All right. Peace and love.